And you know, we have now dozens of New York City zip codes who have those alarming numbers. COVID-19 positivity rates exceeding that of 2%. That is dangerous, according to the mayor. He is warning New Yorkers to stay away from those large gatherings and to keep your masks on at all costs, even indoors.
After months of progress, Mayor Bill de Blasio warning of dangerous times ahead in the fight against the coronavirus here in New York City and the potential for a second wave.
Now, unfortunately, we're seeing a real growth in the positivity rate in this city, and that is dangerous. So we have one last chance to stop a second wave. It's as simple as this. This is my message to all New Yorkers today. We can stop a second wave if we act immediately.
Positivity levels in New York City have now exceeded 2%. Fighting clusters in Brooklyn and Queens proved successful in recent weeks through the governor's targeted and color-coded initiatives. But now, new hotspots are popping up. Today, for the first time, the mayor and the city's health department releasing updated COVID-19 data through its website. Numbers broken down by zip codes.
There are still parts of the city that are particularly of concern. There are still some areas of the city that need special attention, special effort.
Rising rates in the borough of Staten Island will now become the focus of the city's test and tracing core. A day of action announced across 10 locations in the borough begins Tuesday.
Every single New Yorker, every single Staten Islander that comes out and gets tested on Tuesday, you have strengthened our ability to win that fight. Now, what we're going to be doing in Staten Island on Tuesday is we're going to have 75 volunteers and staff roving around the island.
As those efforts to test as many Staten Islanders as possible gets underway tomorrow, Governor Cuomo says he is not yet ready to place the borough under any new restrictions just yet, but adds state health officials are monitoring the data there closely. Meanwhile, there is progress to report for parts of Brooklyn who were placed in red zones weeks ago. Those areas now in the clear and moving from red to orange.
We're watching the numbers, and any place we can do bigger microclusters, smaller microclusters, anywhere where we think it's justified, we'll do a microcluster. This is going to be the constant for the foreseeable future.
So the city's test and tracing core says about 10% of the cases they are finding here in New York City are tracked back to travel. 5 to 10% linked to indoor gatherings. This is why the mayor, again, warning folks to avoid those gatherings, keep those masks on. Additionally, 3 more microclusters identified by the governor. Those are in upstate in Erie, Monroe, and Onondaga counties back here in New York City. The Bronx being monitored with some rising rates, though the city's health official says they are monitoring that very closely. From Staten Island, I'm Noreen Chaudhry, Pix 11 News.